right, today we're going to talk about something that sounds, well, kind of like a contradiction. The art of doing nothing. And I know what you're thinking, but this isn't about becoming a couch potato. It's actually an ancient idea called wuwei, or effortless action. And honestly, it might just change the way you see, well, everything.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now. When you hear do nothing, your brain probably jumps straight to lazy, right? If so, you're not alone. And that reaction, it says a whole lot about the kind of go, go, go world we've all been trained to live in.
So, I want you to stick with me here. Let's peel back that first layer of doubt. We're about to go on a quick journey to find the incredible power that's hiding just beneath the surface of this simple phrase. Because this isn't about doing less, it's about a totally different way of doing anything. You know, to really get the solution, you've got to first understand the problem. And for so many of us, the problem is that we're stuck in a trap. It's this cultural obsession with always being busy, always being in control, and always trying to force things to happen. Think about it. Life is supposed to have these two sides, yin and yang, in perfect balance. But our modern world, it puts almost all its chips on the yang side, the active, the logical, the aggressive. We're taught from day one that this is the only path to success, and in the process, the other half of life, the yin side, is left totally empty, forgotten.
And when you live like that, constantly pushing, always out of balance, well, there's a pretty heavy price to pay. When we completely ignore one half of a natural law, life has a way of sending us some really painful reminders. You know, these things aren't just random bad luck. More often than not, they are the direct result of living in a state of constant force.
Okay, so if being out of balance is the problem, it stands to reason that the answer has to about getting that balance back. It's not about throwing out the yang, but about rediscovering and bringing back the incredible power of yin. And look, this isn't some new agey thing. This is a fundamental law of the universe. Just look around you. Day always turns into night. And in our own bodies, being active always gives way to sleep. It's a constant, natural rhythm. The problem is, we try to live our lives in a state of permanent daylight, and it's just completely burning us out. And this is where things get really interesting. There's this ancient paradox, right? In the short term, that aggressive yang approach, it often looks like it's winning. It gets the promotion, it closes the big deal. But in the long game of life, yin always wins. Just think about it for a second. What's the final instruction on every single tombstone? Rest in peace. Our final destination is yin. This next part, this is the absolute heart of it all. We're about to completely redefine what doing nothing actually means. And trust me, it's not what you think. So here's the big question, right? If yin always wins in the end, but we have to live our lives right now, in the beginning and the middle, how do we do that? How do we find that success and that peace, not just at the finish line, but for the entire race? And here's the big reveal. The secret has absolutely nothing to do with what you're doing on the outside. It's not about quitting your job or giving up on your goals. That's the biggest misunderstanding of them all. The whole secret is this. Doing nothing is an internal job. It is the art of creating a mind that is still and quiet and calm, even when the world outside is a total whirlwind. It's about achieving inner peace while you're still in motion. Because when you find that inner stillness, something really incredible starts to happen. Your inner world stops just reacting to everything happening outside, and instead, it becomes your guide. It becomes your true north, your inner compass for life.
Let me give you an analogy. It's like most of us have handed over our emotional remote control to the outside world. If someone compliments us, boom, a button is pushed, and we feel happy. If we get stuck in traffic, boom, another button is pushed, we're angry. Our inner state is just completely dependent on what's happening out there.
Sound familiar? We do this all the time. I can only be happy if this happens. Or I'll finally relax when I get that promotion. We essentially become these, emotional robots, just reacting to whatever button the world decides to push. But what happens when you take that remote back? When you start practicing that internal doing nothing? Well, a whole new path opens up. You get a quiet mind. And from that quiet, you get real clarity. You start to see things as they actually are, without all the emotional fog. And from that clarity, you'll find that problems, they just start to solve themselves, almost effortlessly.
And this ties right into everything we're talking about today with mental health and wellness. See, true wellness isn't just about learning to cope with all the stress from the outside world. It's about building an inner foundation that's so strong, so solid, that those outside events just lose their power to control you.
Okay, so let's stop talking theory for a second. Let's make this really personal. Because this isn't just some cool idea to think about. This is a direct challenge to how you live your life.
And I want to be really clear here. This deep inner peace we're talking about, it's not something that's just handed to you because you go to a certain building on a Sunday or follow certain rituals. You can do all of that your entire life and still be completely shaken by the world.
So here's the real gut check question for you. When a project at work fails, when someone criticizes you, when life just throws a massive curveball at you, what happens inside? Does your peace completely shatter, or do you stay centered? Be honest with yourself. Are you truly unshakable?
And then there's the biggest question of all, the final test. Are you truly, deep down, not afraid to die? Because so often, that fear is the hidden engine driving our desperate need to control everything around us.
Now, if you answered no to those questions, hey, that's not a bad thing. That's not a failure. It's actually an invitation. It's an invitation to stop looking outside for your peace, for your validation, and to start building it on the inside. It's a call to turn on your own wisdom and to finally start practicing the true art of doing nothing.